Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today's beer comes from Core Brewing and Distilling Company. These guys are out in Arkansas. This comes by the way of Mr. Fudge. He sent me a lot of beers, a whole lot of beers from his neck of the woods that he can get in his area. This is their Toasted Coconut Ale, and it is a brown ale, toasted coconut. It's a brown ale and 5.6%. And he doesn't have a canned on date listed on the page, and there's nothing on the can. If these guys want to be in the craft beer business, they need to put some kind of date on it, guys. Just my opinion. This is 2019. It is time for these guys to step up to the plate, and if you choose not to put a date on it, I choose not to buy it. Only reason I'm reviewing it because it was sent to me. If it was available here and didn't have any vintage or anything on it, it would sit on the frickin' shelf until the cows come home. Wouldn't buy it. Homely, I don't give a damn if it's a 10 plus beer. If you don't put a date or a vintage on it, I ain't buying your shit. So that's the way I feel about it. It's time for these guys to step up to the plate and date their freaking beers. If you choose not to, I choose not to buy it. Bottom line, homie, don't play that no more. So I bought too many beers in my time that didn't have a date on it, that were garbage. They were malt bombs or whatever. So if you're going to be in the craft beer game nowadays, you better have a dating machine, or homie, don't buy it. That's just the bottom line. That's the way I feel, and it's time for these guys to do it. And if they choose not to do it, I choose not to buy it. That's the way it is. It's the world we live in. So, I don't recall having anything from these guys, and he sent me a couple beers from this brewery. I was very impressed with some of the stuff that he has sent me that were Arkansas beers, especially the BDCS or BCDS, I can't remember what it was called, bourbon barrel aged beers from that distributor was awesome. They were outstanding. They were very, very tasty. So you just got to realize that, guys. I mean, if you're a transitional beer drinker and trying to get off of macro lagers into something else, these kind of beers will probably be right up your alley. Something that's not going to be too big, too bold, too heavy on hops, or too heavy on this or that and the other. Something that's going to be a good transitional beer from what you've been drinking to something that's maybe just a little bit better. But seasoned craft beer drinkers like myself and a lot of other people, craft beer is not new to the scene, guys. I mean, it's been going on for years and years and years now. I'm glad to see some of the macro lager drinkers go over to a craft beer, but there are still a lot of people, if you pour a brown beer or a black beer, they're going, I can't drink that. That looks like motor oil. Don't be afraid of the dark. You never know what you're going to like or not like. Give it a try one time. If you don't like it, don't buy it again or don't order it again. But give it a whirl. Don't be scared. There's a lot of people that absolutely, I mean, they jump into a stout or a porter or a barley wine that think it's the best thing they've ever tasted. So give it a whirl at least one time. If you don't like it, don't buy it or order it again. But you might find something that you think is really tasty. I've done that many times, guys. So the color of the beer doesn't matter to me anymore. I'll give anything a shot one time. I mean, that's just the way it is. You never know what you're going to like till you try it. It may be something you might think, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever tasted. And it doesn't have to be a 10 beer to be that way, especially if you've been drinking macro lagers or something. So enough of that. Let's get on with this. Like I said, Mr. Fudge sent this to me, and this is their toasted coconut brown at 5.6%. I've had a lot of brown ales in my time, toasted coconut, so I'm hoping I'm going to get some coconut aroma and taste on this beer, but we don't know. Especially since these guys choose not to date their stuff. Nothing on the bottom of the can, so that's a big reason why I, before I even open it, would not buy this beer. And it may be a 10 plus beer in this can, but if they can't give me that information, I can't give them my money. So do what you want to do, guys. This is just my humble, honest opinion. Let's run over, and like I told you, this is a 5.6%er. Beer Advocate has it listed as a 6. So evidently they've done multiple versions of this, and the ABV is wrong, because they pile them all into the same category over at Beer Advocate. So another reason why they suck out loud. Over to Untapped, they have it at 6. And like I said, this is a 5.6, so the ABV is wrong there too. So I didn't go in and see if I could find a toasted coconut 20, whatever this is, because I don't have a date. So that may be the reason why they don't have a differential between years, because these fools are not even dating their beers. So how do you know what year you're buying or what year you're reviewing and giving it a grade to if they're not even telling you when they put it in the can? So it is what it is. Another reason why they need to do that, so we know what we're drinking, what we're buying, and all of that. So enough about it. That commercial description over that, they say the 6% has a 27 IBUs. So this is not a 6%er, so I can't tell you what the IBUs are. A rich and smooth brown ale with delicious freshly toasted coconut flavor, 6 different premium malts offer your palate. A complex malt profile pairs nicely with hammock and a cool breeze. And it would pair real nice if they frickin' put a date on it. So let's get it open and see what we have. Into the glass we shall go, and we're going to go right down the middle unless it starts producing a monster head, and it is. Look at that. Already got a finger plus of head and barely got any in there, so we're going to ease into this. And I'm not sure I can even get this 12-ounce can into the glass with that much carbonation. Yeah, but it is a 3-finger head on that pour. Probably shouldn't have done it so aggressive to start off with. 2 fingers, anyway. So, very dark, looks like a brown ale. A little bit of red ruby tinges around the bottom side. Pretty dark on the bulb part of the glass here. Looks decent, looks very fitting for the brown ale. To the nose we go. Rich roasted malt. Not getting a lot of coconut on the nose. Maybe a little bit of molasses. But it's cold right out of the fridge. We might get some more coconut notes as it warms up. So, and we might get more on the taste. So let's see what we got. Cheers everybody. Cheers Mr. Bud. Thank you sir. Now on the taste, I'm getting some burnt coconut. Coconut is there, but it is like a burnt coconut or burnt malt. A little bit heavy on the bitterness, definitely more than 27 IBUs that I am tasting. But that may be from burning the malt or burning the coconut that they're adding into it. So but this is kind of a transitional to get you into maybe something darker or something better, being a 5.6%er and not a 6 that they're saying that it is. But it is what it is. In the information he's telling me here, 27 IBUs, 5.6%. It does have 27. So I don't know if he's pulling that information off of Beer Advocate or Untapped, but the ABV doesn't match up to what they're saying. So evidently, previous batches or something has had 6% and not 5.6%. Not a drastic difference, but probably enough to change the IBUs or something, a couple degrees or a couple notches. Very well carbonated. Absolutely no alcohol on the taste. Decent beer. I mean, decent beer. There are some better beers coming out of Arkansas, I will tell you that. But if you like a brown ale, and especially if you like coconut, maybe this is something you may be interested in. This is right out of the fridge, and it's already leaving some decent lacing on the glass. So let's sip on it and see what we end up with, and I'll come up and we'll do our final grade. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little left here. A little more coconuts come out now that's warmed up to room temperature, but it tastes like a burnt coconut to me, or burnt malt. Not super impressed with this. One, because of what I'm tasting, and two, because it doesn't have a canned on date on it. I don't know how old the beer is, guys. It is what it is. I have no control of that. I do appreciate Mr. Fudge sending it to me, let me give it a whirl, but not something that I would purchase for myself. And it's only a 5.6%er, not a 6%er like Beer Advocate and Untapped has, so evidently they've done this multiple times or different batches and they have different ABVs, but it is what it is, guys. I try to be as honest as I can with these reviews, but when they send something to me from a subscriber or a brewery sends me something and it doesn't have a canned on date or bottled on date, I am very disappointed with that. And this one does not. So, and being on top of that, when I'm tasting it, it tastes like something is burning, either the malt or the coconut. But I am getting more coconut than I did when it was cold out of the fridge, I will say that. And the alcohol is very well hidden, but it's only a 5.6%. Hopefully not you're gonna a big boozy taste on that low of an ABV. Still not getting a big coconut aroma on the nose. A little bit more, a little bit on the nose, but not much. Final chug. A little more on the taste, but it tastes kind of either burnt or artificial to me, guys. It's what it is. Glad I got to try it. Thanks again to Mr. Fudge for sending it to me. B beer, 85 for me, right down the middle of the B category. Not something I would buy. There's a lot better brown ales, and especially coconut ales, brown ales, out there to try. So not something that I would purchase if it was available here, especially since it doesn't have a date on it. So it is what it is. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 3.89, which is in their B plus range. I don't think it's quite that good without a date on it. And over to Untapped, they have it at 3.72, which is in their B category. That's where I agree with that. It is a B beer to me. So, if you've had this one from Core Brewing, this is their Toasted Coconut. Let me know what you think. Maybe a good transitional beer to try something a little different if you're drinking macro lagers or something like that. Into something a little darker. Into something a little bit better ingredients than what those guys use. But I've had better coconut brown ales. So, that being said, if you've had it, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.